Hello YouTube, this is the boy in blue back with another video. Today I wanted to talk a little bit about some of my concerns regarding the Batman v Superman movie, which I plan to see this Sunday. Just kind of going over some of the things that I know about it already, some of the reveals that have been revealed through the trailers and through just kind of like word of mouth and some of the articles that have been posted online, disclosed by some of the people involved with the movie. The main three things that keeps me from saying, "Oh yes, like I'm ready for this, it's gonna be the best movie out there. I'm down, like I'm ready to go." It's a complete and utter yes for me. The three main things that are keeping me from saying that are number one, first and foremost for me, Wonder Woman being unable to fly. I know she's not even one of the main ones in this movie, but let's be real. A lot of people are really excited to see her. She has been a major draw to this movie since this movie was first announced and that she would be in it. A lot of people were really happy to see that, just like a lot of people were happy to see Batman and Superman duking it out on a live action movie. People were really excited to see that. Let's see. Another thing too is Lex Luthor being played by Jesse Eisenberg. Mind you, I like the actor. I've seen him in other roles. I think that he's a great actor, but um, well, I wouldn't say great, but he's above average. He's pretty good. He's pretty good with what I've seen him in. I definitely liked him in Zombieland. But as Lex Luthor, I just don't see it. At least not yet. I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. Maybe I need to see it to see the genius of it. But one thing that does hurt me about him, no matter what, even when I see it, is his weave. I'm not here for that. That weeft needs to go. I'm not here for it at all. Let's see what else. There was another thing. This one is probably going to be something that a lot of people are just going to be kind of like, huh? Like a double take, like, what's wrong with you kind of thing. But as you can see, I'm wearing my Superboy shirt, Superboy swag. Obviously, I'm down with the Kryptonians. I would have really liked to have had a proper Man of Steel sequel, just have Clark finally be Superman, be Superman, get that development that he didn't really get, in my opinion, in the first movie in Man of Steel. We saw him in the suit for like the last half or like third of the movie or so, but he was mostly doing a lot of damage to Metropolis, like some really terrible, like, wreck the freaking earth, burn everything kind of crap, like mass casualties, I assume. I'm sorry. I know that there was some bodies up in that. There's no way. Anyway, so I would have liked to see Superman finally be Superman because he's very important and he's a very necessary hero. I think that a lot of people try so hard to compare Superman to Batman and say which one's better, which one will win in the fight, blah 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 blah. And this movie kind of panders to that, of course, which whatever. But I just think that Superman is a very effective hero and that he is, a symbol for hope and light and peace. And, he's there to kind of like make us hope and to want to be our best selves and to be there, to be good. He's the quintessential hero. Although that was obviously not shown in Man of Steel, I was hoping to get a proper sequel in which we might see shades of that in there. Maybe keep going with the dark angle, but, put some light in there, like show some complexities, make it more complex. Um, you know, but with the presence of Batman, especially with Ben Affleck being in there, and then it being Batman v Superman and not the other way around, and Ben Affleck, because he's, a more high profile actor and everything like that, of course, is the main character. He gets first billing and all that, which is okay, but yeah. I feel like we've already had a bunch of good Batman movies. Not all of them were good, some of them were terrible. I'll do another video talking about that. But Batman has had his moment to shine. Like and just in 2012 we had Dark Knight Rises. I think it was 2012. But like we just had Dark Knight Rises. That was a decent movie, you know. It wasn't as good as The Dark Knight, but it was still solid in my opinion. You know, there were some obvious flaws with pacing, and it did feel rushed, but it was still, you know, for the most part a solid movie. And then of course Dark Knight. The Dark Knight was one of the best movies of all time, and definitely of comic book history. It was definitely the best DC movie we've ever had. So yeah. So like those are the main three things that are kind of nagging at me in seeing this movie, and why I'm waiting until Sunday to see it. Because my plan was, just like with Age of Ultron, was to buy the tickets in advance and to see it in IMAX and to just like go see it in the best format available to me at the time and to try and get the most out of it. But in this case, I've heard some kind of mediocre reviews. I've heard like some of my friends talk about it on Facebook, and I'm not too excited going in. Even one of my friends who's an even bigger comic book nerd than me was just kind of like, this movie was like a C minus. I'm like, God damn, if you say that, wow, I have not a lot of hope. But for me, it may be different. Maybe I'll love it. I hope so. But anyway, this video mostly discusses Wonder Woman and why I'm upset with her being unable to fly. And I kind of want to sort of talk about why this bothers me as much as it does. Because anyone who follows me on Facebook or Instagram or Snapchat knows that I am very vocal about this. I have talked about it more than one occasion. And so one of the main reasons, especially when Wonder Woman is interacting with Superman or is involved with the Justice League or anything like that with other heroes, I think that it's really important for her to be able to kind of be on Superman's level or be very close to it. Flying, you know, it gives her more capabilities. You know, she's able to do things and help people in a way that she couldn't if she couldn't fly. You know, she could stop a falling jet. She could swoop up, save someone from falling. She could still technically do that by leaping, but eh. And then another thing about her being able to leap really high in this movie but not actually fly. Someone described it as like, "Oh, it's kind of like she's flying, but not really." And I'm like, well, why? Like, why not just give her the ability to freaking fly? Like, what's the issue? I don't understand. I just think that, I don't know. In this version, she's based off of the New 52 version, who also can fly, but she is the demigoddess daughter of Zeus and Hippolyta. I feel like a demigoddess, especially a DC demigoddess, should be able to fly. That's just me, but whatever. So I thought I would talk about Diana's powers in the post crisis, aka pre 52. Which took place prior to the 2011 relaunch, aka the New 52, which is why it's called Pre 52. So I'm just going to read what I wrote here, mostly from Wikipedia, so I'm not going to plagiarize here. I'm not going to front and act like I found this somewhere else. Nope. I went to Wikipedia. It's actually good for comic book stuff and looking up movies and shows and all that jazz. Anyway, Wonder Woman's powers are bestowed by the following Olympian deities. Demeter, goddess of agriculture and fertility, to bless Diana with strength drawn from the earth spirit Gaia. Her connection to the earth also allows her to heal at an accelerated rate as long as she's in contact with the planet, which is most of the time. Athena, goddess of wisdom and war, granted her great wisdom, intelligence, and military prowess. It enables, she enables These gifts enable Diana mastery over a dozen languages, including those of alien origin, multiple complex crafts, sciences, and philosophies, as well as leadership, military strategy, and armed as well as unarmed combat. Artemis, the goddess of the hunt, animals, and the moon, blessed Diana with the eyes of the hunter and unity with beasts. The eyes of the hunter gives Diana a full range of enhanced senses, including telescopic vision and super hearing. And then unity with beasts means that she has a natural affinity with animals and animals like her, and she's good with them. Hestia, goddess of hearth and home, granted Diana sisterhood with fire. This power enables her to control the fires of truth, which Diana wields through her lasso, making anyone bound by it unable to lie. This ability also gives her resistance to both normal and supernatural fire. Hermes, or Hermes, The messenger god of speed granted Diana superhuman speed and the ability to fly. Her speed is often employed to react quickly enough to deflect bullets, lasers, and other projectiles with her virtually impenetrable bracelets. So, you know, the thing that she always does. It is interesting to note that the new 52 version of Wonder Woman does not naturally possess the ability to fly. Rather, she gained it when she was hit by a feather thrown by Hermes, which is interesting. But she still got it from Hermes, so okay. Aphrodite, goddess of love, bestowed Diana with stunning beauty as well as a kind heart. Now, other abilities that Wonder Woman has. While she's not invulnerable, she is highly resistant to great amounts of concussive force and extreme temperatures. Edged weapons or projectiles applied with sufficient force, however, can pierce her skin. Let's see. Also, due to her divine origins, Diana is resistant to many forms of magical manipulation. She, I think, is one of the few DC heroes who isn't quite totally magical in nature. She kind of is, but she kind of isn't. Like, she doesn't have magical powers like, let's say, Circe or Zatanna, but she has a natural resistance to magic, where Superman does not. That's actually one of the only things that he is susceptible to. Anyway, but like some incarnations of Wonder Woman treat her as a magical based character, such as DC Universe Online. Now, as I said before, I think that it's important for Wonder Woman to be able to fly because it kind of puts her on sort of an even playing field with Superman, especially when she's in a movie with Superman. I'm just not for, I'm just not, I can't support, women being depowered and women being less capable or things like that. It's like, why bother giving her the ability to leap and not give her the ability to fly? It makes no sense. We have Superman who flies and can fly, but she can't. She can leap. She's basically flying, but not really. It's like, what's the point? I don't get it. I'm hoping that with this addition of the new 52 and how she got her ability to fly, maybe in her solo Wonder Woman movie, which I know is a prequel, but maybe like in the end it takes place in the present time, like after Batman v Superman, and she like gets in some kind of tussle or whatever with Hermes, and he throws a feather at her and she can fly, and then by the time the Justice League movies come out, she can fly. I'd be here for that. I would support that. I just like her being able to fly. Let me also say, to full disclosure, I've never been a fan of the Invisible Jet. Never. Oh my god. Because I don't know. Like, I mean, in theory it's cool, but I mean, I just like her being able to fly. Well, on the other hand, too, in Post Crisis, she also had the invisible jet as well as being able to fly. I can get down with that. Maybe like flying after a while kind of like tires her out or whatever. It's kind of like almost the same thing as like running or something after a while, or it just gets kind of old, it gets boring or something. And she wants to kind of sit back and do the controls and be in the jet. And it also allows her to take passengers with her who can't fly or whatever, because there was this one time where she was in the jet with Troya, Donna Troy, her sister, and Wonder Girl, the Cassie Sandsmark version, all of whom can fly, but they were all in the jet together. And then the jet was destroyed by Silver Swan with her sonic scream. It was a really good issue. I forgot which one it was. I may have to find it and then link it in the description below. Anyway, yeah, I'm not here for women being depowered. It's not a good look. It's not fair, because it's like, if she can't fly, why can Superman fly? And then like everyone else will say, oh, it's like one of his main powers, he can do that. And it's like, that's one of her main powers and she can do that. And it's like, no, that wasn't always the case. But that wasn't always the case for Superman either. In the Golden Age comics, he could not fly like right away. Like when he first appeared, he couldn't fly. I think it was like either later on in the Golden Age comics or in the Silver Age, they gave him the ability to fly. Um, but no, when he first appeared, he had the ability to leap 1/8 of a mile, and then he had like his strength and speed and the invulnerability and all that, but he could leap really high. That was it. And that's what they've given her here. I just don't get it. I'm not here for it. Anyway, I am going to see this movie on Sunday. I really hope that it blows me away. I hope that these limitations and everything like that will be okay. we will see. Wish me luck.